Hey friends, today let's dive into the topic of money. As you watch this video, think of it as a direct message from money itself. If you choose to ignore it, be careful, because money might not come looking for you in the future. The right approach is to listen carefully, like this video, and leave a comment saying, "Accept wealth." Money will flow to you effortlessly. Join the Mindful Buddha community and share these insights to expand your financial journey. The excitement of making money. It's clear that most of us experience a surge of excitement when we hear the phrase making money. There's an inherent energy and optimism tied to it, a promise of better living, opportunities, and freedom. Naturally, this pursuit can lead to conflicts, lawsuits, and even life or death struggles, with money often at the center of it all. From business rivalries to personal disputes, money stirs up intense emotions and actions. And let's not forget how it shapes moral decisions too. Whether it's the pursuit of ultimate benevolence or the temptation of shortcuts, it all often comes back to the concept of money. However, let's pause and clarify something fundamental. Money itself is not inherently bad, and the act of making money is not a sin. In fact, throughout history, many cultures have recognized that wealth, when properly managed, can be a source of great good, enabling the individual to uplift society, support causes, and create opportunities. What truly matters is how we view money, how we make money, and how we understand the deeper forces at play when we pursue it. The wisdom lies not in the act of acquisition, but in the way we choose to acquire, use, and think about money. By exploring these layers, we uncover the hidden truths and divine wisdom that guide our financial lives, truths that transcend the material and touch the very heart of human existence. The proper way to make money. Of course, human beings are not born solely for the pursuit of money. There's an ancient saying, "A gentleman loves money but acquires it in a proper way and gains profit with righteousness." Money is simply a tool, a means to an end, not the end itself. When we focus on making money, we must first ask ourselves, what is money? Where does money come from? And more importantly, what is the purpose of wealth in our lives? These are questions that many fail to consider deeply, yet they are essential to truly understanding wealth in its fullest form. Today, we will explore these questions in depth. This video may be longer than usual, but if you watch it with an open heart and a curious mind, you'll be one step closer to unraveling the true nature of money. If you don't have time to watch it now, don't worry. Simply subscribe and save it for later. That way, when the right moment comes, you'll be ready to attract wealth with clarity and purpose. The wisdom of traditional Chinese characters. Let's take a small detour and explore a fascinating aspect of culture, the wisdom embedded in traditional Chinese characters. These characters are not just symbols, they are intricate pictures that carry profound meanings. To understand the true essence of words, it's often essential to go back to their traditional forms. While simplified characters may seem more accessible for literacy, they miss the depth and spiritual resonance found in their traditional counterparts. Take, for instance, how children learn to read in China. They start with representations of nature, mountains, rivers, and animals, which gradually evolve into understanding more complex characters. This visual approach doesn't merely teach them how to read, it helps them connect with the deeper, often philosophical meanings behind each word. Chinese characters are not arbitrary. They are images of the world, embodying concepts and philosophies passed down over thousands of years. The more detailed and complex the character, the more memorable and meaningful it becomes to the learner. Imagine how much richer our understanding of life would be if we recognized that every word we speak or write carries with it a story, an energy, a deep wisdom. This is especially true when we look at characters that represent things of value, such as money. The character for money, Qian, is not just a tool for exchange. It's a symbol that carries historical, cultural, and even moral weight. By understanding the root of these symbols, we unlock not only language but also the ancient wisdom that has guided civilizations for millennia. Understanding Kang in Tibetan and Zhang organs. Consider the character Kang, Tibetan, which is not simplified in modern Chinese. This might seem challenging at first glance, but it actually offers a deeper understanding. The word Tibetan is intricately connected to another character, Zhang, which refers to the organs in the human body. Both characters convey an important link between the physical and spiritual realms, highlighting how the human body is a vessel for the soul, with the heart often symbolized as the seat of spirit and emotion. The essence of the human spirit, its vitality and consciousness, is deeply expressed through the heart, a central concept in many ancient cultures, and especially within Chinese character formation. By studying these characters, we can better understand the symbolic connections between the physical and metaphysical aspects of life. These ancient characters are not just a way of conveying language, but also a means of transmitting culture and wisdom. Their meanings are embedded in them, providing an intuitive understanding that even children can grasp, thereby making these ancient cultural principles more accessible. It's through such characters that we see the profound wisdom of our nation, encapsulated in simple yet powerful forms. The power of Chinese characters. Here's a question worth pondering. How can we convey something as sacred and central as the heart, Xin, through a medium that seems impure or vulgar like a written character? This question leads us to reflect deeply on the nature of Chinese characters, which are far more than mere symbols or tools for communication. They are vessels of energy, each stroke, each line, infused with its own unique vibration that has the power to shape both the person who writes it and the one who reads it. At the heart of Chinese philosophy lies the idea that the type of Chinese characters we write shapes the type of people we become. This belief suggests that language is not just a method for exchanging information, but a means of molding our inner selves. Chinese characters, with their elegant strokes and intricate forms, carry the moral, spiritual, and cultural values of an entire civilization. Every character is a manifestation of a certain way of thinking, a reflection of the worldview and wisdom passed down through the ages. For example, the character for heart, Xin, represents not just the physical organ, but the emotional and spiritual center of a person. In ancient Chinese culture, writing this character was seen as a direct reflection of one's inner state. The act of writing it wasn't just about communication. It was about connecting with the heart and mind, aligning oneself with deeper truths. This connection between language and spirit holds the potential to shape not only individual lives but also entire civilizations. The ancient wisdom behind Qian, money. Now let's take a closer look at the character for money, Qian, specifically its form in the small seal script. If we examine this ancient version, we see two key elements. On the left is gold, Jin So, representing wealth and material value, and on the right are two Ge, ancient weapons used in battle. These two Ge, resembling knives, convey a sense of conflict, as if two forces are fighting to seize wealth. This reflects the dual nature of money. While it can be a tool for good, it can also become a source of contention and conflict. According to the Shuo Wenjiezi, one of the most famous dictionaries of ancient Chinese characters, the character Qian originally referred to farming tools, especially those used in the Warring States period, before it began to symbolize wealth and currency. The wisdom embedded in this character is profound. The Ji symbolizes potential power and influence, but if misused, this power can lead to harm and destruction. Just as ancient weapons could protect or harm, so too can money. Its potential for good or ill depends entirely on how we wield it. So how should we handle Qian? The character teaches us that wealth, like power, should be handled with wisdom and integrity. Just as a weapon can defend or destroy depending on the intentions behind it, money too can be a force for good or a source of suffering, depending on how we choose to use it. By understanding the structure and meaning behind the character Qian, we gain insight into the proper attitude toward wealth. It is not to be fought over blindly, but to be handled with care, discernment, and respect. Zhang's Qian Materia Medica and the Nature of Money. In the Qian Materia Medica, a profound work by the Tang Dynasty scholar Zhang, the nature of money, or Qian, is explored in a remarkably thoughtful manner. Zhang describes money as having a dual nature. It is sweet to the taste, yet its essence is hot and poisonous. This duality underscores an essential truth. While money can be a source of benefit, helping to rejuvenate the skin or contributing to the prosperity of a country, it can also be a destructive force when misused. Zhang's metaphor highlights the inherent power of money. It is neither inherently virtuous nor evil. Instead, its value and impact depend on how it is acquired, used, and valued. Money, like fire, can cook a meal or burn a house down depending on how it is handled. This insight calls for a careful, mindful approach to money, one that recognizes its potential for both good and harm, and demands wisdom in its pursuit and management. Destiny and fortune, the role of blessings in wealth. While many might argue that wealth is a direct result of intelligence, talent, or hard work, the truth is often far more complex. Fortune, it seems, is frequently influenced by something beyond human control: blessings. From birth, some individuals seem destined for wealth, while others find themselves born into poverty. This is not always a reflection of one's effort or capabilities, but rather a result of the blessings one receives. Wealth, therefore, is not simply a product of one's actions, but a reflection of the larger forces of destiny and fortune. Some people inherit wealth without lifting a finger, while others toil their whole lives without seeing the fruits of their labor. This perspective on wealth encourages us to expand our understanding of prosperity, acknowledging that it is shaped by not just human effort, but by divine blessings and fate. In this light, we can understand that wealth is not purely about what we do, but about what we are given and how we use it once it is bestowed upon us. Wealth is not always a blessing. While wealth is often equated with happiness and success, it is important to remember that having money is not always a blessing, and lacking it does not always equate to misfortune. Life encompasses far more than material wealth. It includes love, relationships, personal fulfillment, and inner peace. One particularly insightful story from the Tang Dynasty sheds light on this idea. The tale is about an official named Pei from Jinping County, who after his death was encountered by his cousin Hua Yuan in the afterlife. To his cousin's surprise, Pei had become a military official overseeing the distribution of worldly wealth. During their encounter, Pei shared a profound truth. Wealth is preordained, and if a person surpasses their destined share of wealth, it will inevitably be taken away, often through misfortune, financial loss, or illness. According to Pei, the key to increasing one's wealth lies in accumulating blessings through virtuous acts. This story challenges the conventional notion that wealth is inherently good, and suggests that it must be handled with humility and responsibility. In essence, wealth is not always an unmitigated blessing, and without virtue, it can lead to ruin. Virtue and wealth, the true path to success. As Pei wisely pointed out, wealth is not merely the result of effort, skill, or cunning. It is largely determined by the blessings one accumulates, and these blessings are deeply rooted in virtue. The true path to success and lasting wealth is not found in the pursuit of material gain or through greedy means. Instead, it comes from cultivating virtue through acts of kindness, honesty, and compassion. By living virtuously and accumulating blessings, one naturally attracts prosperity. This deeper understanding of wealth reveals that its true value does not lie in the amount one can accumulate, but in the righteous way it is earned. In the end, the cultivation of virtue is what opens the doors to lasting happiness and true success. The Scholar and the Military Official, a Tale of Fate. Here is another fascinating story from the late Sui dynasty that demonstrates how fate plays a significant role in determining wealth and fortune. A poor scholar, struggling to support his family, took money from a government warehouse in order to survive. At that moment, a man in golden armor appeared before him and instructed the scholar to seek his fortune from the military official, Yu Qigong. The scholar, intrigued by this unexpected advice, followed it, and eventually found himself entangled in Yu Qigong's rise to power. Years later, the scholar's life would be forever changed as he found himself in a position of influence and prosperity, directly linked to Yu Qigong's success. This story illustrates a valuable lesson. Wealth and fortune are not the results of random chance or personal effort alone. They are often guided by destiny and fate. Even in times of hardship and struggle, unseen forces are at work, shaping the course of one's life. Sometimes fortune arrives in unexpected ways, through seemingly random encounters or advice that eventually lead us to greater prosperity. This tale reminds us that our destinies are shaped by forces beyond our understanding, and that wealth, much like everything else in life, is often part of a larger, predestined plan. The true nature of wealth. The ancients believed that when a ruler practices virtue, their state will prosper and auspicious signs will follow. However, if they pursue self-interest and wealth at the expense of morality, disaster will strike. The story of Ziwen reminds us that when a leader prioritizes the well-being of the people, they can avoid calamity. True and lasting wealth comes from aligning one's actions with virtue and the natural order. Thank you for watching until the end. If you found this video helpful, please like it and comment, "Keep money first, keep morality first, and wealth will follow if you are virtuous." I hope you will continue doing good deeds, accumulating blessings, and becoming a person of both virtue and wealth. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and let's cultivate virtue together. Sharing this wisdom will spread its benefits far and wide.